I don't know what happened with that last my dog. I know they say you're not supposed to give your dog nuts, but Oreo love almonds. So it is 7 o'clock. Georgia polls have closed. If you're still in line, you still can vote. And don't let them tell you that you can't.
Take a look at democracy in action. Voting is still underway in much of the country. And while today is election day, people have been voting in record numbers for weeks. In fact, more than 85 million people voted early, and all reports today are that turnout is strong, and we could see a record surpassing the more than
Wow, 85 million people
who voted in the last presidential
already
election.
voted.
We are going to share
I'm one of
results
the
with you
85
as soon
million.
as we get them. Now the polls.
I was not going out there today because I didn't want to hear no
In Kentucky, CBS
political
News
stuff.
projects Donald Trump wins the bluegrass state, where voters have picked a Republican for the last 6 elections. In Vermont, CBS News projects Vice President Harris wins the solidly blue state. Polls have closed in Indiana, one of the reddest states in the Midwest, and CBS News characterized this race as likely Donald Trump. And let's take a look at Virginia.
I hate when they do these
CBS News characterized this as lean Democrat. It has been
pre
since a Republican
things
pushed the Commonwealth. Let's take a look now at South Carolina. Polls also closed there.
prediction.
CBS News rates this race as lean Republican. Palmetto State, a reliably Republican state for candidates there, and it goes to Donald Trump. The big number tonight, 270. That's the number of electoral
We need
votes.
270 electoral votes, y'all. Let me report some stuff that didn't happen in Arizona and in Georgia. It was bomb threats at the poll at certain polls. Like people, I don't, y'all. It's I think y'all going too far with this politics.
And CBS News characterizes this as a toss-up. Georgia may be the quickest to count of the 7 battleground states. We're going to dig in as those numbers just come in. Record turnout there.
Now, why are y'all trying to scare people away from voting, making bomb threats? This is one reason why I went early. Okay, this is it. I'm not giving you no more. This is why I went and voted early.
Here in New York and in our nation's capital, covering every angle on how America votes and how those votes are counted. We've got it covered. CBS News has correspondents spread across the country at campaign headquarters and battleground states, plus our data desk.
Y'all, I'm telling y'all.
Potentially the largest election data gathering ever.
You know,
wait till you see it. I know, it's exciting.
I forgot what state they already reported that it's going to take them a couple of days to count the vote. Like,
Anthony Salvanto, what are you guys seeing in Georgia?
Good evening, Nora. It's fantastic to be with you, Anthony.
now, what are y'all paying these people to be poll workers for?
I'll catch up with them in a couple of hours, I promise you. But what we're going to do here at the data desk is tell you how the numbers come in, what trend lines we see, and how they inform our judgments about projections or leads one way or the other. Let's start with Georgia. Anthony, explain, because we always want to show our work, how we get there. All through the night, we're going to
I don't like
show
these
you
prediction
in real time what we see
ones.
here at
Like,
the data desk. But one of the things we do is compare how this election looks compared to 2020. So, for example, if I light up the board here with what it looked like in the 2020 presidential race, you're going to see red counties, Republican voting, blue counties, Democratic voting. We'll see how those margins shift or change. The other thing I'm going to watch all night, Nora, is turnout. Because this area around here, for example, in Georgia, Metro Atlanta, I'm going to show it to you this way. I'm going to turn the state on its side. And what you're going to see is these higher bars mean more people as we go through the night. Remember, Democrats often have to run up their margins in big cities like that, and that's how you're going to get a deeper dive into what's going on in the state.
get y'all popcorn ready.
Point out, in those Metro Atlanta counties and Fulton County itself, which is Atlanta, 33%.
I just don't want
2020 vote
people to go out in the streets and do dumb shit because you feel like your candidate should have won, or if you feel like your candidate was cheated. It's not worth it. Life goes on.
2 assassination attempts against former President Trump, the incumbent President Joe Biden dropping out of the race, Kamala Harris's campaign. Remember, it's just over.
They said Joe Biden ain't even gonna be at no
the first female president
debate watches.
Trump would be the oldest person ever elected at age 78. And the race
Child
for
is
president has
man.
been incredibly close 4 weeks. And we may not know the winner tonight. So we will say this a lot.
And they keep coming with this. We may not know the winner tonight.
Election officials want to get it right. So, have your patience. The night is young, but what a privilege it is to witness democracy.
Here we go again with this bullshit. We should know who the president is tonight.
1. How did the late deciders break? Will the fight for abortion rights power Harris to a historic victory thanks women? Or can Trump offset her gains by running up the score with men? Will those young voters, Gen Z, actually show up? And what about seniors or Arab Muslim voters, Black and Latino men? Did the Democratic Party make its case to working class white voters? That's what we will be discussing tonight, and we have lots of data to share with you. But first, let's start with CBS News Chief Political Analyst John Dickerson. And John, what are you looking for tonight?
It's all kind of people move. You know, it's all kind of people.
Now it's their voice, and so we're going to be checking in on the exit polls, which will be an evolving picture. I want to grab some of what you were talking about. That patience. We need patience to answer all those questions you want to know, that we all want to know.
Did I ask too many questions?
No, never, Nora.
Oh, no.
I just want to have all the answers and the right answers, and that will take some work.
People were saying stuff about how Joe Biden is not going to be at the race.
Democracy. Trump voters care about the state of the economy. That's expected, but there will be plenty of surprises. How could there not be in this race full of surprises where you have 2 candidates who should not be here? Kamala Harris, the understudy, who's now at center stage.
I can't even get it out. They say he wasn't going to be at the watch party. But why is people speculating and acting like Joe Biden didn't long gone home, if you know what I mean?
So one finding that struck me in this early batch that is evolving, as I say, is how the voters feel about the election and what could happen. So we asked to Harris voters, if the election is won by Donald Trump, how would you feel? And the Harris voters said by 70% that they would be scared if Donald Trump won. And the Trump voters, by the high 50s, said they would be scared if Kamala
Do y'all
Harris
think that's a little
won.
suspicious for
The
Joe
Trump
Biden
voters, 70% Harris voters,
not to be
feel they would be scared if Donald Trump won. Now we're looking at the Trump.
at least watching?
Kamala Harris won. 50.
I mean, I would take that back. They didn't say he wasn't going to watch. They just said he wasn't going to be
58%,
at none of the watch parties with Kamala.
So that gives you a sense of the mood of the electorate. Now, I know you want to know about Georgia, and again, we have to be provisional here, but let's look at the
How do y'all
state
feel about that?
of Georgia. One of the things we'll be looking at all night is, has the Democratic coalition stayed together? Has the Trump coalition stayed together? Black
Well, I can't
voters
see the
are a key
comments.
part of the Democratic coalition. Here we have Kamala Harris's performance among black voters who are voting Democratic. You see she has 86%. Biden got 88%. The share of the vote is 30%. Black voters make up 30% of the vote in Georgia. That is the same share as in 2020. Donald Trump,
Now,
which we don't see on the screen here, but Donald
it was
Trump is
2
getting, at the moment with these evolving
polling
polls,
sites here
he's
in
getting,
Georgia. We're in Fulton County, I believe.
The black vote, he got 11.
It was bomb threats, and it was a bomb
So,
threat
right now,
in
the picture of
Arizona.
Georgia, Kamala Harris doing a little worse than her predecessor.
Why do y'all
Doing
think-
a little bit better, but hardly
People,
by a
listen.
case.
Let me
So
tell y'all
give us a funny
something.
picture of what's happening in Georgia.
Do we know about the gender?
It's never that
in
serious
Georgia?
that
We don't, unless they've got it back there, I don't think we.
It's never that serious that
The composite of the electorate.
you want to harm
Next time we talk, we'll have gender composite
someone that doesn't
population
have the
and
same
also then
political,
another key state, the reason it's important, of course, is women tend to vote for the Democrat, Republicans tend to vote for the Republican.
thinking
men
it's you.
tend to vote for the
Like, I just
Republican.
think that's the
So
most
women are
stupidest.
just
We
voting
all
for
are.
that sometimes.
We all have our own different lives.
This is really interesting. I also think having looked
We
at
all
some of
live
this, the data may only
differently.
take us so far tonight because it's who turns out at the polls. Robert Costa, I know you have been speaking with your sources. We did see Donald Trump with his wife Melania today voting, and he did take a number of questions. What are you hearing about how he's feeling?
Good to be with
Let me
you.
see if I
Before,
write a
I've been
comment and
speaking
see
to
what
my
I do.
sources inside the Biden White House at the top ranks of the Harris campaign and the Trump campaign. Within the past hour, it's evident that former
I'm about to
President
see.
Trump
I don't see my
is feeling
comments.
pretty good so far about the turnout. I spoke with former President Trump just before we came on air, and I asked him, how do you see this? I reminded him it's been 11 years since we first had a conversation in 2013 about him thinking about a White House run in 2016. And he said tonight He's looking at the turnout and he believes his base in 2016 and 2020 is showing up. He knows that
I
many
just ain't saying
Democrats
nothing.
believe some traditional Republicans are coming across to vote for Vice President Harris. But he told me tonight he believes on immigration and the economy, he's putting himself in a position. He said, I've never seen anything like it. We're going to wait for the final result. He has been on social media, been raising questions about the integrity of the vote, including in Philadelphia, which is a crucial area for Democrats. The Philadelphia District Attorney has countered former President Trump's claim. Larry Krasner said there is no factual basis for what Trump is saying. I asked Trump, are you going to come out tonight and declare victory? He did not say he was going to do that. He said, we're going to watch the results at Mar-a-Lago. We'll see. He says, it looks like we're winning everything so far. Republican turnout is amazing. But he's going to digest the results, he says, tonight.
84 million people voted already. Remember
He
that.
said he has a legal team ready to contest if he moves in that direction. I said to him, are you looking ahead to the presidency? And he said he is. And I know Cecilia and 60 Minutes have covered the possible mass deportations on the horizon. He said he's ready to implement that should he win power tonight, move forward with extending the tax cuts, has an aggressive agenda should he win power again. And he said at this point, his team is telling him the data looks good for Republicans, but he's hesitant to make any sort of conclusion. We'll be checking in with him and his team throughout the night, along with Vice President Harris and her team.
Excellent reporting, Margaret Costa. Thank you for that. I want to bring in our Face the Nation moderator, Margaret Brennan. And Margaret,
What y'all think about
the
that?
data only takes us so far, but I do think there has something to look at this early vote. I mean, those 85+ million people who turned out early. What can we glean from that, if anything?
Well, Nora, it's more than half of the electorate that we expect to be showing up and participating.
I wonder what it was, the
Gender.
early
It's
turnout
women
vote
who showed up
the
in
last
higher
4
numbers
years.
to vote early. Women like to get things done, and we are seeing that play out in this election tonight. They showed up at higher rates than men in states like Georgia, North Carolina, and that very key battleground.
This is going to be all night. I think I'm just going to come in and out.
2020. So we're going to have to see what those indications mean, given some of the themes or
Because this is
historic
early.
trends that John referenced earlier. But when we try to look at
Oh, the
party
polls
breakdown in
closed.
this
Oh, in
early
Ohio
vote,
was
it's
at
not entirely
7:30.
clear yet. The ballots cast before Election Day, when we look at a state like Pennsylvania, we did see more Democrats voting there than Republicans. But then you go to the battleground in Arizona, it's the inverse. So it's too early to say that even the gender trend means much.
I wouldn't speculate on anything because I just really think this is a very, very close race.
Whether they green light or put the brakes on, all those things these candidates have been promised.
But as we're looking for all these little nuggets of
And it's
information,
just,
some
we
trying to
we
read the
gotta
tea
wait and
leaves about
see.
what may happen tonight. Pennsylvania, you were talking about the early vote there. We did see the Democrats voted in large numbers in the early vote that may have banked hundreds of thousands of early votes, which would be a good sign for Kamala Harris. However, Republicans then show up on Election Day and they could take back that vote, right?
That is the historic trend, make up that deficit. And as we know with Pennsylvania, it's a little different than other states. They can't really start counting until day of Election Day. So there are a lot of factors that you have to take into account when it comes to that state. And it's 19 electoral votes. It's the most of any battleground.
This is my thing with the counting of the votes, y'all.
And for Vice President Harris to win, she's got to turn out those low propensity voters, the college kids, Nora, those that are hard to count, and some new voters.
And some new information on that. We are hearing that there has been a 7-hour wait at a polling place near Lehigh University. So there's a request to extend the voting there. That means young people, apparently long lines, waiting to vote.
7 hours waiting to
The
vote.
Democratic Party was trying to turn out that Gen Z, that younger vote. So we're going to find out more about that and bring that to everybody.
And young men, and so key in this as well for the Trump campaign, for those under 30.
Excellent point. We want to check in now with our team.
Why is it
Campaign
7 hour
headquarters.
waiting last to vote?
Nancy Portis with the Vice President at Howard University in Washington, D.C.
It's not that many
And
people
Nancy,
on the
what are you
ballot.
hearing?
Nora, I've been talking to top campaign officials.
This is why I personally do not wait the day to vote.
Right now. They keep pointing to early results from Indiana.
Lines are
That's
too
one of the
long.
States to report, where they say in suburban areas, former President Trump is doing a lot worse than he did 4 years ago. And they are pointing to that as a sign of strength for the vice president in the suburbs, everywhere, on college campuses. They say that
I probably should come back tonight
in Pennsylvania.
and go over this because it's kind of early.
They are set up in boiler rooms here in DC, watching the results come in. Campaign
And it's really nothing, because it's just everything is just early. Polls are not closed. Yeah, I think I think I'm gonna come back
When will she speak to the crowd that is
at
coming
like
down
around
there? Nobody knows. It all depends on how the night unfolds
9:30, 10
and how
o'clock.
quickly the results come in, and of course, what Donald Trump does.
Cause it's just way too early.
Nancy Cordes, thank you. And with President Trump at the Palm Beach
My dog
Convention
don't have no
Center in
respect.
Florida is
Okay.
CBS Morning's co-host Tony DeCopel. Good evening, Tony.
She wants to be in the video so bad.
Everyone, Donald Trump is just a few miles away from here at Mar-a-Lago, taking in the early returns with some friends and allies, including the sometime world's richest man, Elon Musk. As for this room,
Sit down.
only crowd of Trump faithful. They've been gathering.
Sit.
They're already at the foot of the stage, and I went down there a few moments ago.
Yo, my dog is bad. But yeah, I think I'm gonna come back at probably 9.
Political comeback in history. And Donald Trump, for his part, he appeared earlier today, cast a vote. Day 721 of his campaign, said he's feeling very confident, has a big lead.
Yeah, because I think at 9 o'clock at Eastern Standard Time.
Early, declare victory, do so before millions of votes are cast.
Because California is, they stuff don't close to 6. So probably like 9:30. Because I'm trying to make sure West Coast be kind of done.
Here's the bar just open. Beer and wine only. Cash, please.
There you go. That made a change.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna come back
Local there in West Palm Beach. Thank you. Also with us here.
when the West Coast polls.
Cecilia Vega and Cecilia, I know you've been out on the campaign and doing a lot of incredible reporting on Sunday nights. And it's
come
interesting
in.
as we go into this evening, the tone and tenor.
Cause it's just early now. I don't even really want to hear all these different speculations and all this, that. So yes, I am gonna come back at like 9, 9:30, 10 o'clock. Y'all come back here at 9:30 and 10 o'clock so we can go over. Cause it's just early. A lot of the polls and stuff is not closed yet. So yeah, we're gonna come back.
Where he falsely claimed yet again fraud in 2020.